After 9/11, we were deployed all the time. In fact, an average of 270 days. People right here at McConnell were gone away from their families and their homes overseas. And we were responding to a threat. And I want to share an air refueling story that really highlights who is living in our midst. So I'm deployed. I am commanding all of the flying operations from a certain location. And that particular night, I'm going in to fly a special operations mission. The Air Force actually has 8 special operations KC-135s, and they were all at my location. Normally, we refuel up at 28,000 feet. Special ops missions, we are down about 4,000 feet above the ground. Night vision goggles are on. We go in to fly, and the intel officer briefs that they are moving our air refueling track 7 miles away because the firefight is so intense, where we are going to refuel a C-130 gunship. We have Army soldiers and Marines surrounded by the enemy, and the gunship is flying over, firing, keeping the enemy away from them, and needs our fuel. So we go screaming down the runway, headed that direction. We're up at the 20,000-foot area going into the fight. And the radio crackles to life, and it's the pilot of the C-130 gunship, and he says, "I'm engaged, I need fuel now."
Oh, wow.
And the navigator says, "Say your coordinates." And he gives his latitude and longitude, and I turn around and said, "Nav, where is he?" And he goes, "Right on top of where we've been ordered not to go."
Wow.
We are a flying gas station. If someone's going to fire at us from the ground, we'll see it before we become a fireball. Well, I know in my heart what we needed to do, and I have other crew members on board. So I look at my co-pilot, 30-year-old, married father of 2, and I said, "This is going to be a crew decision if we're going to go in over the firefight." And he looks at me and he goes, "Well, yeah." And I turn around, I look at the 25-year-old navigator, and I said, "Nav." And he gives me 2 thumbs up with a grin. And I swivel around backwards, and I look at the 20-year-old boom operator, and I said, "Boom." And he grins, and he stands up from his chair, and he picks up the portable oxygen bottle that he's required to carry to the back of the airplane, and he says, "Boom's checking off for the rear with oxygen."
Wow.
And I said, "Nav, give him our ETA." And we blacked ourselves out, and we threw on the night vision goggles, and we went screaming down to 4,000 feet and right on top of the firefight. And that 130 gunship came in behind us. We could see the infrared blinking light. That was it. And as soon as they were plugged, we dumped fuel as fast as we could into his tanks. And then he pulled away and right back in the fight, and the boom yelled, "He's away." And we firewalled those throttles and went screaming back up to 20,000 feet, and I think we breathed for the first time. I tell that story to describe the selflessness and the pride I felt at these young servicemen who said, without hesitation, "We're going in." So that's who's in our community. So let's welcome them, and let's entice them to come back when they're done with service.